In Massachusetts, Republican U.S. Senate candidate John Deaton and the Democratic candidate, Congressman Seth Moulton, have agreed to an inter-party debate ahead of the state's September primary. Deaton, an attorney and Marine veteran, and Moulton, a House lawmaker since 2015, who is also a Marine veteran, are both challenging incumbent Democrat Ed Markey for his seat in the upper chamber. And John Deaton joins us now. Thank you, sir, for being with us. We really appreciate it. Massachusetts, of course, has a reputation for being one of the deepest blue states in the country, but we know it has voted Republicans to statewide office now and then. Why do you think this moment, with, if polls are to be believed, a lot of political headwinds for the GOP, why do you think this is a moment for your candidacy?
Good morning, Jonathan, and thank you for having me. Listen, when people are hurting, they stop caring about labels, and the R&D becomes a lot less important than rent and the groceries. And I bring something to the table that these other candidates don't bring, Jonathan. I come from extreme poverty, a single mother on welfare and food stamps, living in one of the worst neighborhoods. I was a high school dropout because of gun violence. I was raped as a child for a period of 2 years. I beat cancer. I know what beating the odds are. And let me tell you, I know the political pundits are sitting around. They're not sitting around thinking that this Senate seat in Massachusetts is in play, but it is, because people are ready for someone who puts people before politics and people before party. I'm a nonpartisan, common sense, pro-choice Republican, and I'm going to shock the world and win this race.
Well, on that, we talked about you're a veteran, and thank you for your service, of course. But let's get your thoughts on the Iran war. It's politically unpopular. President Trump has offered shifting explanations as for why the U.S. is there, and right now it's at an impasse. In Iran, many believe is stronger now than it was at the beginning of the conflict. What is your assessment of the war? What should the president's next steps be?
Well, listen, I'm a Marine who served 7 years of active duty, in my heart and my soul with the 50,000 troops that are in the region. What I want to see is obviously a durable, long-term peace deal that stands the test of time. Listen, people are choosing in Massachusetts between medicine and groceries. We've got to concentrate on this affordability crisis that we have in this country. Jonathan, young people today are working 2 jobs, not to build for retirement, not to save for a house, just to keep the lights on. And we've got to attack that. And I have a plan. I'm not just running on problems. I have a housing plan, an energy plan, a health care plan. I've got all these plans, and I'm looking forward to giving solutions to the people of Massachusetts because they're ready for those solutions.
One of the things you also have a plan for, it seems, is ending career politicians in Congress. Could you explain the clean hands overhaul that you have been proposing?
Yeah, thank you for that. Listen, my first act as a U.S. Senator will be the Washington Clean Hands Act that ends all this rampant Washington corruption that we see taking place. People are going to Washington broke, and 5 years later, they're worth $10, $12 million. So I support a constitutional amendment for term limits. I support a ban on regulatory capture. What I mean by that is you can't be the FDA chairman on Friday, resign, and on Monday show up on Pfizer's board. We've got to clean that up. I've got a plan. If you don't pass a budget, you don't get paid. If you shut down the government, you don't get paid. We've got to start putting people before politics, and that's what my campaign's all about.
All right. Republican candidate for U.S. Senate in Massachusetts, John Deaton, thank you for joining us. Good luck with your campaign.
Thank you for having me.
Mara, it's noteworthy. We talked earlier in the show about there seems to be a little bit of separation from Republicans in the Senate with President Trump. Deaton here, he says he's never voted for Trump. He doesn't mention Trump in his announcement video. Obviously, look, Massachusetts is different than most states in the country. It is a Democratic stronghold, so he wouldn't want to be associated with Trump, perhaps even in the best of times. But it is yet another data point, perhaps, that the headwinds that he and other Republicans are going to face being paired with Trump's policies and popularity this November, even if Trump's name itself is not on the ballot.
Well, you've got some crosswinds, really, because you see that Donald Trump is still flexing his power in these primary races across the country. A lot of senators are also very angry that Donald Trump endorsed an opponent against Senator Cornyn. So the senators are personally upset with the president. The question is, are they willing to actually vote against him and stand up to him? I think the jury is still out. They are clearly trying to create some distance, and we're seeing and hearing that. The slush fund in particular for the January 6th pardonings has clearly lit a fire under them, and so that has created an opportunity, and I think that they have cover with the American people to stand up and oppose this and use this as a moment to do so. But at the same time, we haven't seen how they're actually going to vote. And so I think we have to kind of be very cautious about how much distance they're really going to want between themselves and this president. So far, Congress in general has been unwilling to do its job and stand up to this president. And so I think we have to wait to see what happens.
No question. If past is prologue, the Republicans will come back to Trump.